Welcome everyone to the closing ceremony for the 2017 Central American Derby and the 25th Championship. We have a few chairs up in the front here by the press. I think I see one or two spare ones in the back there, so please, those participants at the back, please take advantage of the estimate rate for this debate. Once again, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the closing ceremony for the 2017 Central American Caribbean Under 20 Junior Chess Championship. First of all, I would like to acknowledge the head table, Mr. Cameron Burke from the Barbados Olympic Association, one of the title sponsors for the event.
Primeramente quiero reconocer al señor Cameron Burke de Barbados Olympic Association,
as well as the Cuban ambassador to Barbados, who has been here almost every day, giving support to the players from Cuba and watching the games and being here.
También el señor embajador de Cuba, que está presente cada día para ver las partidas y dar apoyo a sus jugadores de Cuba.
I would also like to acknowledge all of the participants, and after 6 hard days, I think you all deserve a huge round of applause. I'd also like to express sincere thanks on behalf of the Barbados Chess Federation to the technical team who have been working behind the scenes for a job well done in ensuring that we had a very smooth tournament.
También damos gracias al equipo técnico para asegurar que tenemos un buen torneo.
So smooth was the running of the tournament that the appeals committee were out of a job. They had nothing to meet to decide on.
Todas buenas.
The ceremony this evening will be a very brief one, simple one. It's been a long 6 days, so I know many of you are tired.
La ceremonia va a ser muy breve, muy simple, porque muchísimo cansadísimo.
Particularly, and I want to now acknowledge the Chief Liaison Officer who would have stayed with the overseas delegation at the hotel and would have been in between to make sure any challenges that anyone had, anything you need done was done. I'm certain, particularly our Chief Liaison Officer and interpreter for this evening, Mr. Rohan Miller. Rohan, fortunately, is one of our technical team who knows the Spanish language and many times fills this role, so he always draws the short straw. To my Barbadian players, please pay attention to Spanish in school. If you're going to play chess in this region, it is vital that you have at least enough of a knowledge of the language to find out where the toilets are. Okay, so this afternoon, the award ceremony will take 2 primary parts. First of all, we have a little thank you gift for all of the participants in the sections, the absolute and the female. And I'm going to invite the treasurer of the Barbados Chess Federation, Mrs. Donna Murray, to assist me with the presentation of those, as well as assistant arbiter Rohanson Wave, who will assist Donna by giving Donna the requisite packages. Now, for the... Yeah.
Okay, tenemos regalos para todos los participantes. Vamos a tener la ayuda de la señora Donna.
Now, for this section, and when we get to presentation of the medals and prizes, what we would like to, the photographers have asked me to ensure that we all come up to the table in the same manner. So what I'm going to suggest is, we have Corey who is working the aisles, so that may be a little difficult to do. So I'm going to suggest that you just come around to my left, right, and come in front of the table here where to collect your package as I take. So Donna, if you can come to the center. And Rohanson, as I call the players, you can just pick up a package and give to Donna. Yeah, Donna, let's not trip over the cords. So we will start. We will start with the. We will start with the absolute section. Okay. So if the player happens to be here once you hear your name, as I say, please come around and come to collect your package. So we'll start with Anwar Ali Saeed, or is it Saeed? Anwar Saeed Ali. Okay. From Guyana. From Barbados, Cody Sargent. Cody.
Cody, then? Smile. Thank you, Cody.
One of our players who is multidisciplinary. He is not only one of our top junior players, but also an excellent player in our indigenous sport of road tennis. I don't know if any of the visiting participants have the opportunity. I've heard so. But I know there's a member of the press who would be more knowledgeable about this. None other than our own Emar Edwards, Barbados.
Bahan.
No, but now you with your beautiful photos, we'll have the shots to show what a wonderful branding opportunity chess can provide. The youngest player in the event, if memory serves me right, none other than candidate master Lee Sandiford.
Youngest in absolute.
Yeah, in the absolute, yeah. In the absolute, yes. Youngest in the absolute section, none other than candidate master Lee Sandiford from Barbados. So Lee was playing to size up the opposition. So next year, you guys know trouble. Next, we have Nitin Matani. Is Nitin here? No, I don't see Nitin at the moment. Also from Barbados.
No.
Yeah,
it's Bajan.
You got to learn a little bit of the Spanglish. You have to learn a little bit of Spanglish. Then there's Ronaldo Rochester. I didn't see Ronaldo. Also from Barbados. Shane Mon. Also Barbados. Guatemala. Guatemala is a country we in Barbados love. We just married off one of their top female players, our national champion. So, very lovely country. We love Guatemala. Right? Fabian Lopez from Guatemala. Fabian, you didn't see any girls you like? You can do it some more.
Translate, Rohan.
Fabian. He's gone already. From Barbados, Jerome Harewood.
Join me against them.
No, we get to Suriname and Cedric, I hope I pronounce your last name correctly, so I'm begging forgiveness in advance, but Cedric Parade? Parade, okay, well I was close. I got the first name correct. Parade. And also from Suriname, Patul Pancho. From Trinidad and Tobago, just earlier this year, winning the under-16 Carifta goal in the absolute section and putting in an admirable performance in the under-20 here. Alan Safar Ramda of Trinidad. From Colombia, Herman Enrique Rodriguez. International Master. Sorry, no, not there yet. From Barbados, Brian Prescott.
Now sponsored by Bob. Now sponsored by Bob.
No sponsored by Bob.
Boris.
Then we have from Cuba, International Master Abel Fabian Lopez Gonzalez.
Going wrong. New Hampshire.
Okay. From Costa Rica, Emmanuel Jimenez Garcia, Costa Rica. From Trinidad and Tobago, Isaiah McIntosh. Then we have from Panama, Adrian Fuentes, FIDE Master. Adrian Fuentes, following FIDE Master Isaiah McIntosh. From Trinidad and Tobago, we have FIDE Master Joshua Johnson. From Nicaragua, FIDE Master Mario Ampi.
Moro.
Oh, Ampi Moro. He's just Ampi, better known as Ampi. It's the first time I'm meeting Ampi. He's had many and many of us, caused us much pain over the years. And then from Barbados, our FIDE Master Orlando Husband. Okay, now we go to the female category, and we will start with from Trinidad and Tobago, Zara Lefleur. And Zara is the youngest person in the female as well as overall. From Barbados, we have Kiara Eversley. Kiara From Barbados, Azaria Johnson.
Yay!
From Guyana, Sharifa Ali. From Barbados, Shagan Sandyford.
Just transform.
Okay, again?
From Barbados also, Oshara Mason. I don't see Oshara here, she may have left already. So, from Barbados also, Vanessa Winage. Vanessa is our youngest Barbadian female player that would have been playing in the tournament, and good experience for her
Turn more
for the future.
Thank you.
Okay, from Jamaica, Chanel Gardiner, the reigning lifter and the 16-year Suriname, Caitlin, right? Caitlin, I apologize if I butcher your name, but I'm going to make my friend. Chong Ching Jo. Did I get it right, Caitlin? Near? Anywhere near? Caitlin, how is it pronounced? Because I get a feeling I'm going to be pronouncing this more often. Is that okay? But then I will pronounce it wrong all the time.
Oh, sure.
From Guatemala, Elvia.
Natarino, Belgium.
Natarino. Yes, From Barbados, Gabriela Kamabach.
Gabriel.
Suriname, Catherine Caslan, woman FIDE Master, Catherine Caslan. just to acknowledge, unfortunately, she had to rush from the board to the airport to catch a flight so that she can get to her graduation tomorrow morning in Canada. From Jamaica, Rachel Miller. And then we have from Cuba, Carla Julie Fernando Rivero. And then from Trinidad and Tobago, Women FIDE Master Gabriella Johnson. I'd like to thank Donna for doing us the honors this evening and giving Cameron a chance to rest his tired knees having to do that. But now we move on to the main item of the agenda. 6 days of grueling play, 9 rounds for the champion in the under-20 for Central American Caribbean. I followed the games intensely on the internet, and we were able to stream the top 6 boards from the absolute and 2 from the female, as well as stream to YouTube live a video feed. And the technical work behind all of that goes to a friend of ours who was up here last year for the subzonal when it was held in Barbados, and I certainly would like to acknowledge all of the work that he put into helping us make this technically the success it was, and to ensure that the boards worked, the live feed worked. I'd just like to use this opportunity now to formally acknowledge Mr. Jose Mora Moron from Venezuela. It's with Jose's help that we certainly were able to pull together technically a lot of the work that went behind the scenes that allowed viewers from all over the Caribbean to stay tuned to the event. There was one particular game I remember. I had to go to the bank, and I just could not leave. It was so gripping to have the live feed with the video and the game. So it's something that we hope to be able to develop some more, and certainly something we hope some of the other Caribbean federations will develop the competence to do. But without much further ado, I would like to invite Mr. Cameron Burke from the Barbados Olympic Association, as well as the Arts and Sports Promotion Fund, who were really and truly the key sponsors for the event. We had Digicel, who provided assistance with the production of the accreditations and the shirts for officials. We had Duracell, who provided batteries for a lot of the clocks and the boards, and those boards eat batteries like something crazy. So we are very, very thankful for those sponsors for their help. And then the Barbados Tourism Marketing Inc., who would have provided the little package for as a souvenir for the participants. We'd also like to thank them. But every tournament must come to an end, and the pieces are packed, ready to be returned to safekeeping. And I would like to now start with the female section. Unfortunately, not here to receive her medal, but I will be seeing her later this week in Costa Rica at the Pan American Youth Championships. So let's acknowledge Women FIDE Master Rachel Miller, who came first. As I said, Rachel had to leave almost immediately after the game to catch her flight back to Canada for her graduation. In second position, and I'd like to invite her up to come and receive her medal and ask Rohanson to do us the honors to give it. Women International Master Carla Julie Fernando Rivera of Cuba. The ambassador wants to get a shot as well. Yeah.
Lead for a letter to ourselves. Carla?
And the 2017 Central American Caribbean Under 20 Junior Champion. And if memory serves me correct, here's my other historian, Mr. Wave. If memory serves me correct, the first female player from the English-speaking Caribbean. Deborah had won it before. Second?
Has one or is it
one. I think. I know Deborah not. So the first female player, and Gabriella, if I get this wrong, well, I've been around a long time, and as you age, sometimes you forget the things from way back. But as far as I know, you are the first female from the English-speaking Caribbean, and all of us in Barbados and all of the other English-speaking Caribbean federations, I'm sure we are extremely happy to announce that Women FIDE Master Gabriella Johnson is the 2017 CAC Under 20 female champion, and with this she will earn the Women's International Master title as well as a Women Grandmaster. Norm, her first. Gabriella's mom is my colleague, the president of the Trinidad and Tobago Chess Association, and I'm pretty certain that all that know they are celebrating, and I'm sure she will get a wonderful welcome back home. Congratulations, guys. To my Barbadian girls, the second female to do this is quite open, so no pressure, no pressure. There's next year. I now would like to move to the absolute section and invite FIDE Master Joshua Johnson, who came third from Trinidad and Tobago.
What? One more time. Yep. Thank you.
Silver goes to none other than FIDE Master Mario Ampi.
Moro
Ampi from Nicaragua.
Over here?
Just Ampi, okay.
Yeah.
Ampi from Nicaragua.
One more time?
To our friends from the Latin part of the region, Barbados is a very small federation, very small federation, very small country. And to us, it took 31 years. Where's my translator? I don't want them to lose. Yeah. No, repeat. I said Barbados is a very small country.
Barbados está en
Very small federation. It took us 31 years.
Han pasado 31 años.
Since we last won the gold medal in this tournament. And therefore, we could not be happier as hosts
Por esto nosotros somos muy felices
to announce in 2017
en 2017,
right? Central American and Caribbean Under 20 Junior Champion, none other than FIDE Master Orlando Husbands de Barbados. Orlando is the reigning Carifta under-20 champion. Actually, he's medaled 3 consecutive years, creating history earlier this year.
Fly higher, Brian. Thank you. Yeah, there.
Right? Creating history earlier this year in Jamaica, winning it 3 times. With this title, Orlando now becomes our 4th international master and the first player from Barbados to achieve a Grand Master norm. Congratulations. Just to acknowledge, our first player to win this title was back in 1986 when it was won by international master Kevin Denny in Puerto Rico. So it is really a huge pleasure for us to see Orlando's achievement today. Ladies and gentlemen, members of the head table, members of the paparazzi, on behalf of the executive committee and the organizing committee for the Barbados Chess Federation, I would like to thank, first of all, the sponsors. Cameron, could you please convey, I know Mr. Stowe, the president of the Olympic Association, is out of the country. Could you please convey our sincere appreciation for the support that the Olympic Association has given to us. I would not be making an understatement in any form or fashion if I didn't say that without the BOA we simply would not have been able to host this event this year, and in a number of ways that the BOA has helped. To the visiting players, I hope that in between the games you may have gotten an opportunity to visit our beautiful beaches. The beach around here is not very bad, and not the kids, right. To those who are old enough, this is a very, very popular tourist area in Barbados. There are lots of activity around the area that now that you're older teenagers you may appreciate more than the younger ones. So I hope you did have the opportunity to socialize and enjoy the warmth and friendliness of Barbados and our cuisine. You would have had quite a broad range of options here. To the local players and their parents who are here, I know it was a big challenge to participate. You know, school is still going on. Same with the other English-speaking Caribbean players and their parents. So we really do appreciate you taking the opportunity to come and participate in our tournament, because without you, the tournament is not possible. And if the tournament is not possible, we might have had to wait another 31 years to get this title. So on behalf of the Executive of Chess Federation, I want to thank all of the participants, their parents, their coaches, and their federations for joining us and supporting us. To my technical team, who would have worked, Chief Arbiter, Mr. Kelvin Daniel at the back there. Assistant Arbiter, Mr. Trevor Griffith. All international arbiters. Donald Miller, who is Rachel's dad, he is actually gone with her, so he's not here to think. Donald Miller, who was an arbiter, and then Rohanson, who is assistant arbiter, for keeping the tournament going smoothly. Jose Moran for the technical work behind the scenes, taking all of that, making sure that all the boards worked, that the streaming worked, etc. Taking those worries out for us, because we felt it was very, very important to have maximum visibility of the event across the region. And then to our hard-working liaison officer, Rohan May. And then there are some other members of our executive. Obviously, you would have seen Donna Marie, who would have been assisting with the handing out of packages, our treasurer, Katrina Blackman, and the secretary. She worked really long hours with different federations dealing with the accreditations and registrations, etc. And our vice president for member development, who is also here when we come back. All these and without much further ado, I would like to draw this ceremony to a close and officially close the 2017 Central American Caribbean Under-20 Championships. We have some refreshments for to invite you to participate in, and as well, I know that the CBC would like, our television station would like to do interviews with Gabriela and Orlando. So immediately afterwards, and many of the Barbadian players, you do know that Corey is a perfectionist, so there may be one or two shots you want to get with the medal winners together, you know, the two separate groups and then together as a group. So, but everything is here. So the refreshments are over there. I believe it is self-service, which is always a dangerous thing with teenagers, right? Which is always a very dangerous thing with teenagers. So thank you all, and please join us for refreshments while Corey and the press is on.
I need to take a picture. You press when the fly come.